This year marks 35 years since Umkhonto We Sizwe stalwart Solomon Mahlangu was executed by the apartheid government. Mahlangu was convicted of murder and terrorism by the regime and subsequently hanged at the age of 23. In his final words, he said, "My blood will nourish the tree that will bear the fruits of freedom. Tell my people I love them." Kalushi, the story of Solomon Mahlangu, is an ode to the anti-apartheid activists and is due out next year. Joined now in the studio by the film's director, Mandla Dube, and the lead actor, Thabo Rametsi. Mandla and Thabo, thank you very much, and we appreciate you coming in.
Good morning.
Start with you, Mandla. Where does the idea come from to make a movie about Kalushi, Solomon Mahlangu?
Well, I was introduced, thanks first of all for having us on your channel. I was introduced to Solomon Mahlangu's family by a friend of mine, Mabe Rametsi, who took me to the family in Mamelodi. And at the time I was lecturing at Wits University, and I was looking at doing my master's in the convergence of technology and how do we preserve our heritage. And one thing led to the next, and I took that content to the next stage, which was making a stage play with the South African State Theatre. And that wasn't enough for me because I'm a filmmaker. And I decided, let me do it into a motion picture.
Oh, well, great. I mean, we all know about Solomon Mahlangu, and let's talk about South Africa's struggle for freedom and what happened in 1979. But filming, I mean, making films in South Africa is not cheap. Just making any film is not cheap. It's costly. Are you managing to get funding for this?
Well, we've been fortunate in the sense that the National Lottery Board and the Department of Arts and Culture and the National Film and Video Foundation has come to the party to help us make the film. But there's always a need for extra funds, to be able to take it to the next stage. Because most films in South Africa suffer from lack of marketing, lack of proper packaging, and a lot of money is spent on foreign actors to come and make the film. But
who are you working with in producing? Who's producing this film?
Oh, well, my co-producer is Walter Ayers, and our bondsman is Paul Riley, who's been very supportive of the whole process.
Okay. Yeah. When are you beginning the shooting of the movie?
Well, we just wrapped principal photography 3 days ago.
Yeah, 3 days.
3 days ago, we just wrapped principal photography, and then we now looking at doing our pickups. We are actually putting the assembly together, the editing, post-production process of it. And hopefully next year we'll be hitting the big screens.
Yeah. Are you going to shoot on location? I mean, last year sometime I visited the gallows, the old gallows, which are now a museum at the maximum prison in Pretoria, and I walked up those steps where Solomon Mahlangu walked, and many other South Africans who were hanged at the time. Right. And as he was going through his last moments, and that's exactly where he spoke those famous words now, sure, that my blood will nourish the tree of freedom. Tell my people I love them. Are you going to film on location as well?
Yeah. Dan, let me also just help you out there. The entire code is tell my people I love them, and they must continue the fight. And most of the time we forget that part. And it's normally it's called Aluta Continue. But just to answer your question, yes, we're looking at filming at the gallows. The Department of Public Works had been renovating the entire space. So I think 2 days ago they handed it over to the Department of Correctional Services, and we're looking at collaborating with them on doing that. We've had a lot of help from South African Air Force, which we want to thank. For the film, we've had a lot of help from the city of Tshwane, the city of Metro of Johannesburg. So there's been a great help.
Okay, Thabo, let me bring you in there. You've been very quiet. I just wanted to get the context of this from the director.
Hit him up.
It's not every day you get to interview a film director.
No, you go crazy.
Now, Thabo, you're going to play the lead role.
Yes.
Solomon Mahlangu. Are you prepared for this?
Well, I've been playing him for the past month or two. Well, I auditioned like over 4 months, like last year I auditioned. So, and he's taken us through such a great preparatory journey. Like we went to Solomon's home, like where he was born, to all those things. And he's, we understand him. I understand him a lot better because of the preparation we've done, and we've spoken to Chief Lucas.
You had to do a lot of research yourself.
Absolutely.
To understand the character that Kalushi was at that young age of 23.
You know what? Yes, I did. There's not as much information as you'd think because he isn't one of the more trademarked struggle icons. He's not the Nelson Mandelas or the Steve Bikos. It's interesting because he's so young, and a lot of young people's stories weren't told. But so I did have to go through it, but I found out from his actual real life brother.
And I mean, let's not forget he was wrongfully accused of a murder of 2 white civilians at the time. I mean, that's what is a fact. And then he hanged for it.
sorry to come in there. I just want to say that the law that got Solomon Mahlangu hanged, the law of common purpose, is still in our constitution to this day. If we can be able to assist in calling back that law, it'll be great, because a lot of people today are still arrested and they go to jail or even prison on the common purpose law. The Marikana, victims of Marikana, the miners that were there ended up going they end up getting accused as accomplices to those that passed away of the common purpose law. So,
okay, now for you, Thabo, do you think, is it an easy part to play?
No, not at all. Solomon's real-life brother, Chief Lucas, said to me that Solomon was an unemotional young man. Till these last minutes, he never showed any emotion of fear. But as an actor, the challenge is I need people to fall in love with him. So when he dies, it means something. And it's very hard to feel for someone who doesn't show emotion. So I had to represent the entire youth of that generation, the entire 76. So it was challenging. And also for a South African to play a lead in a South African story film is a big responsibility. Because if I mess up, then I validate every time they've hired an Idris Alba or whoever to replace us. So I have a big responsibility as an actor.
Okay. Now, how long do you think you're going to take in shooting it, and when can we expect it to hit the big screens?
Look, our schedule was a 5-week schedule, and we've completed principal photography. And now we are commencing with our post-production process. So we have filmed and we've got it in the can, and now we are looking at editing it. And we are looking at, I'm hopeful that by the end of this year, we will have a film to look at.
Are you happy with the work that's been done so far?
Oh, I couldn't be happier. These guys have done such a great job. It's a great ensemble cast, you know.
I'm getting goosebumps myself because I left South Africa into exile in 1979, and later on the story broke about Solomon Mahlangu.
Right.
And we know that in the ANC outside the country set up a Solomon Mahlangu Freedom College in Tanzania. And I was young as well in 1982, and I visited Solomon Mahlangu Freedom College as a young person at the time.
Right.
So one has a context of it.
Absolutely.
So I'm also looking forward to seeing what kind of a job you've done to bring him alive on the screens.
Yeah, and I mean, I just want to say that, you know, thanks to my wonderful cast that has brought this story to life, and every single one of them has done such a great job, you know. And also to the family of Solomon Mahlangu, and to the organization that Solomon Mahlangu belonged to, the African National Congress. They were very supportive. And so we were just going to thank you to South Africa, and aluta continua.
Well, good luck. Tell my people to continue the fight, as he said, that was Kalushi. Thabo, we're looking forward to watching you on the big screen as you play that important part of Solomon Mahlangu.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mandla.
Thanks for having us. Really
That's director Mandla Dube and lead actor Thabo Ramitsi talking about the making of the movie Solomon Mahlangu.
Know more. eNCA.com